Our whole goal of this video is to be able to go from 0 to 1 as fast as possible, and the two tools we're going to be using to do this is one, Idea Browser, and the second tool is Google AI Studio. So let's see how many prompts it takes to actually go from nothing to a fully functioning landing page with a fully functioning feature. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So here's Idea Browser. The one that I chose is on-demand tech support for seniors, and this is something that's going to be an ongoing evolution of seniors needing help, especially in today's AI age. So that's why I chose it. Very popular idea on Idea Browser. The best part about Idea Browser is it has this build kit here. The most important part of the build kit is the product requirements document. Without the product requirements document, your project's going to fail or be increasingly harder to build. So that's the one thing that I like to pull out of this build kit is this product requirements document right here. You see it? That's the thing that we need, which is going to give us a very detailed prompt that we could take into Google AI Studio to start setting the foundation of our actual build. So I'm just going to hit preview here. I'm just going to hit build, and then we're going to get this prompt here. And we're going to have everything built out in Google AI Studio. Let's see if we can get this thing built out in like 5 prompts. So I'm going to give you a product requirements document prompt. I want you to fill it out. I want us to execute on this idea. Help me build this along the way. Put the prompt in, and let's cook. So while that's happening, I actually went ahead and cheated a little bit, I'm sorry. But I went into Stitch 2.0 and I started generating, the landing page, the dashboard, how it kind of is all going to work, which I really like Stitch 2.0 for getting something out of nothing. So basically taking an idea and actually having a physical landing page. This took about 5 minutes. So really nice, really awesome. And obviously, it aligns with our brand coloring and messaging. Very cool. And these two can connect with each other, which is really nice and useful. I will say getting started with Google AI Studio in general, just from a person that coming in from the AI space, maybe let's just say someone that is just starting to vibe code. They have no idea what to click on. There's too much going on. Featured, code reasoning chat, image generation, real time. Like, where do I start? It's too much. There's also anti-gravity IDE. So I'm just giving some feedback here. Where do they start? So you actually have to click on build to actually build this app out. If you start here in the Google AI Studio, it's going to give you some good feedback, but it's not actually going to build it out since you are in the playground. Just kind of my point of view on how I would see it from a person that, is just getting into learning these tools. You want to make it as simple as possible, right? And that's just my point of view. So as this builds out, we will go ahead and then, we don't want that. Landing page looks okay. I think that it's very vibe coded looking and it looks like every other AI website, which is why Stitch 2.0 has a little bit more control over how your website looks. So let's go ahead and go back and then export. Actually, I already have the zip file. I downloaded it earlier. And then let's go ahead and add this in. Upload files. Oh, I can't upload the zip. Well, let's just bring it into AI Studio, and then I could just give it the PRD again. Just this old one. Copy this prompt again, and we're kind of doing it backwards, but I would definitely start your build inside of Stitch 2.0 for just kind of how you want it to look. You could play around with a lot of the brand coloring, where the buttons go and such. So I like that. Modify, annotate. You could just regenerate the whole system if you wanted to. I like what we have so far. Really simple, easy to read, but it's going to regenerate the design while we build this out. Interesting. That's not what I had. Very interesting. Wait. Let's see if I just copy the code. I want my website and everything to look like this. Here's the code. Pre-pro anyways. Pro preview. Okay, now we're cooking. Here's the product requirements document. Prompt, fill this out. It is going to be the vision for our project. Let's follow it step by step. So ideally, you want to start in Stitch 2.0 first with the design and then go from there. In Idea Browser, it does have landing page wireframe prompt, so you could possibly get that to Stitch. I wonder how that would do. Go back to see what would work with Stitch, just see what it cooks up. The goal is to go from 0 to 1 as fast as possible. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. We're just trying to get your idea into the physical world as fast as possible with as less resistance as possible. We want things to work as well. And if we could publish a buy button on this thing, even better. So cool. It filled out the PRD. That's awesome. Cool. All right. Great. What is the next step? The how it works and the pricing doesn't come up. Cool. All right. I had to tell it that. That's fine. Kind of jank. We'll just leave it. We'll leave it. Let's just see how fast we could get it going. Okay. Awesome. It says the tech readiness assessment lead mag. Let's do option 2, the dashboard. Awesome. So it built us that landing page off of this prompt. Not bad. So basically taking that prompt into Stitch 2.0 first and then exporting it into the build to export into AI Studio build. So build with AI Studio, and then you could start adding in that product requirements document. It's building out the dashboard. If you can go from idea to landing page to working features in just under 10 prompts, that's going to be huge for people to start iterating on their project. People start to worry too much about, oh, my brand coloring, logo design. This is just going to help you get something up, put into production right away, and that's the whole point. Nothing's going to be perfect. You need to at least get this thing shipped and then iterate as you go. That's why we're using this AI Studio, because it seems like it's the fastest to get your idea off the ground. So it seems like it did the dashboard, caregiver view. Okay, interesting. Okay, so let's publish. Just set up billing, right? Remember? Okay. Interesting. The dashboard. Buttons don't work. Needs a lot of work. Close. Okay, member login works, but it seems like the other buttons don't work, like book a session. Take me through the next step that needs this more polished. Okay, so it built the booking flow and wired up the dead buttons. Cool. Can we double check the buttons on the landing page? They look kind of off and the text isn't centered and there's a lot of underscores. In the hero image, it says support underscore agent. It just looks weird. Can you redesign that to make it look aesthetically pleasing? Okay. The button that says or book a $49 one-time fix, the button blends into the background much. I don't know. I'm being a little picky, but I want it to look good. Mainly the buttons work and actually can publish a buy button and get this thing operational. To publish it, I will need to set up a Google Cloud project. It's not letting set up billing. Does not have billing. Okay. Yep. Much better. Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. Let's go. Okay. Cool. What are this next step to get this functioning? What about pushing this, like publishing it? It says it needs a my billing information. Is there an easy way to publish this easier? And yeah, set up Firebase. Firebase is going to be the backend database. I like this so far. Just getting used to how this all works. Essentially, what we want to do is be able to pull ideas from Idea Browser, basically have like a build button or something like that, right? And like build this idea. See, we got it right here. So to be able to take an idea, go to Stitch, build the landing page, go from Stitch, hit export, hit Google AI Studio, build an AI Studio, put in the product requirements document, and start to see this come to life. So far, we're at 23 minutes in, and we have a somewhat functioning landing page, and our MVP is being built. So enable database. To continue with Firebase, we're doing the free tier, enable Firebase. That's easy. I like that. Don't need to go to the Supabase, Convex, or Neon to plug in your API keys and your connection string. If it just happens all here, very nice. Cool. I think adding a FAQ section would be helpful too. So it's wiring up all the backend database, which is really helpful. So we can actually, if we were to publish this live, we can actually start getting users. And then we would need to publish a buy button somehow. Hopefully they have that integrated somehow with Stripe or some payment option would be nice. Wow, it's done. Real authentication. Database security rules, booking integration. Now that is nice. I like it. So I just trust that it works. Let me ask about payments. How do we integrate payments on this page? Very cool. To integrate real payments, like the $49 one-time fix, we use Stripe. Okay, before processing, payments requires a secret API key. Upgrade to a full stack app. I will do this. Okay. Redirect to Stripe checkout. Okay. Yes. I don't know if it answered the question. Regarding publishing, you're likely looking at the deploy option, which deploys the app to your own Google Cloud project, which does require billing. We go to share. See, we want to share default full screen. Let's see if we can go to. Oh, see. Cool. Very cool. Ah, here we go. Very cool. So it does have authentication going. Cool. So now it's building out the full web app. Wow. So you could essentially go from 0 to 1 in under 30 minutes. Never have used Google AI Studio before. It's pretty cool. You can crank out apps like this. Getting them to work is the next thing, but this was the hard part. Getting started is the hardest part for every single one building in this space. So if you use that flow, like going through Stitch to build out the landing page from Idea Browser prompt that they give you, you can go to Stitch, enter that prompt, get the landing page going, export to Google AI Studio, build. Once it builds the actual landing page out, then you go in and you prompt it with the PRD, and that's the roadmap for your project. And then you go ahead and set up Firebase for your backend, which automatically connects to your Google Gmail account since you're using Google AI Studio. And now we're on the payment part where I would then need to go set up a Stripe account and put in my keys, which I'm not going to do that in this video, but that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Within 30 to 35 minutes, you can have a functioning, we're about 70% of the way there because we still need to integrate Zoom and all of the features that this would offer for helping seniors with tech-related issues, like fixes for iPads, TVs, printers, and more. That's pretty cool. I like that.